Welcome to the first episode of WFX Overload, and we start with a No Limits division matchup between Mentallo and the Japanese star Kushida from the Smash promotion. He was trained by Tajiri. He is technically sound as it comes, and I look forward to this match. There's no better way to start the first episode of Overload than these two wrestlers that could take anybody on in the world. Kushida, the thing you need to know about this guy is there isn't too many people who have heard of him, but that doesn't matter because you're going to get to see him, and as you get to see him, I think you're going to appreciate him. He's a staple of the No Limits division, and he is just waiting to be a shining star in WFX. And of course, his opponent tonight is a very, very accomplished wrestler himself. From Canada. His name is Mentallo. And one thing I'll tell you about this guy is a little bit sketchy because he wears a mask, and I'm not sure about people who wear masks, but he wears a mask with some sort of honor behind it. It's part of his character. I guess it's his tribute to luchadors from Mexico. But Mentallo, he is pound for pound the greatest wrestler in Canada, so I'm told. And he's going to have his chance to prove it here against the prodigy of fellow WFX superstar Tajiri Kushida. And I look forward to it here in this singles No Limits matchup here on WFX Overload. What a way to start it. And of course, I'm the one-man broadcast team, Mike Davidson. I was supposed to have a co-host, and unfortunately, it was somebody who didn't like me, and we went to the bar, we were having a good time, and he threw a punch at me. So naturally, we can't work together. I have to do it alone. So I'll depend on Kelly Russell, the referee, to call the action straight and narrow, and I'll count on the two performers, Kushida and Tajiri, to entertain you in this match. But this is going to be one heck of a contest between two of the best WFX has in their No Limits division. And of course, there's Tajiri in this division. Teddy Hart, the controversial loose cannon member of the Hart family, is a part of this division. So you never know what you're going to get. And these two are going to set the tone here on WFX Overload. The fans right behind Mentallo here at the Studio One at One World Studios, one of the state-of-the-art facilities for live broadcast. And I'll tell you, here we go. They start with a handshake, and now they're going to feel each other out. Here we go. The opening lockup on WFX Overload. And you see Kushida gets the upper hand right away with a headlock. He's feeling him out there. Got to watch. He can rip off his mask. That beautiful yellow mask of Mentallo. I'll tell you, I know why Mentallo wears a mask. It's because he's actually a bank robber in his nights off from wrestling. Or car thief, actually. Let's be honest here. The head scissors on Kushida, and Kushida is a guy who's going to slow things down if he needs to, but he can certainly pick it up at any given time. And there is a headstand, and there's Kelly Russell keeping a close eye on things from his perch as the referee. WFX is a brand new company. This is our first episode of television, WFX Overload. One of our major sponsors, www.cashgoodpointsbad.com. And I'll tell you, you should sign up there to save a lot of money on everything you're going to buy, DVDs, T-shirts, and everything from WFX. And if you want to see more action of Mentallo and Kushida, that's where you have to go. And I'm impressed right now, this headstand, and you notice he uses the legs for balance, and they feel each other out here on WFX Overload. I think Kushida didn't like it too much with the way he's sort of, I don't know what that gesture was. I don't know how to explain it. A beautiful arm drag, and there you go. Kushida's going to prove that his Japanese training and seasoning is superior to Mentallo's Mexico training that he got with CMLL. Mentallo now with a headlock, and I'll tell you, this one right now, what you're seeing is two guys that never ever worked together. Never ever wrestled each other, never been on a show together. They're going in there. They had not a lot of time to scout each other, and that's gonna be the tale of this match, is how they adjust and who takes the upper hand. A beautiful drop kick by Mentallo. The people appreciate it, and Kushida bails out. Kushida isn't really safe on the floor in the No Limits division either. That's a cement floor, and these guys pride themselves on taking high risks. I think we're about to see one. Yes, we are. Mentallo with the splash to the floor and upper hand Mentallo as he takes Kushida down. We do have to check, though, if Kushida has the North America work permits he needs. I'd sure hate if immigration came and arrested him during this match. I do know Mentallo is allowed to work in North America. I'm not so sure about Kushida. I think he is, but anything could happen. The authorities could come and arrest him at any given time. This looks like it's about to hurt. You see Mentallo with the... Oh, he's tied him in a pretzel. I've never seen this. And then disrespecting him with I guess you'd call that a spank. And a drop kick to the face of Kushida. This is a different side than I've ever seen of Mentallo. I think it's a little early to go for the pin, only a 2 count. I think he's gonna have to do more than drop kick Kushida to the face. You know, I don't go that way, but I can say Kushida's a fine-looking Japanese athlete. You know, again, I don't go that way, but you gotta call it as you see it. I would say the same about, a kick to the head. I'd say the same thing about Mentallo, but you can't tell because he wears a mask. So he might be the ugliest guy in the world for all I know. Wow! Oh, and Mentallo turning around with a shot to the midsection as Kushida was coming down with a forearm. Oh! Mentallo with the upper hand, able, and drop kick right to the face of Mentallo, and he's lucky he wears a mask so it won't leave any bruises. He may have a bruise, but it's covered by the mask. Kushida, this match has gone sort of back and forth as they feel each other out. Ow, a knife edge chop, and you see Mentallo drop right to his knees. That hurts. Ow, a second one. Wow. And the fans seem to be cheering Kushida on here, and I'm surprised because Mentallo's a top fan favorite. Oh, and a third one. Wow. I can tell you those hurt. I've taken a couple in my day. I've given a few, and it is crazy as you see Kushida with the upper hand. And I might have said earlier on that I didn't think much of Kushida because I kind of don't like Japanese guys coming to North America, taking jobs from great talent. But this guy showed me a thing or two. Maybe I could. Oh, a beautiful handstand into a drop kick in the face of Mentallo and followed up with a standing moonsault. This might do it too. Oh, and no, he missed it by less than a half a foot on that 3 count. That was within 6 inches of him winning the first ever match on WFX Overload. I'm impressed. I'm not so impressed by Mentallo, who I said was one of the top fan favorites. He really hasn't shown much yet. It's been all Kushida to now. And you see, he's got him in a submission, sort of like a camel clutch with his knee driven in the back. That does hurt. I can tell you that. Anyone who's ever had a knee driven right to the middle of their back and pressure put on their neck, most people have never had that, so they have to take my word for it. But take my word for it, it kind of hurts. And you have to wonder if Mentallo was ready for a match against a top international star. Oh, and a nice forearm to the back. I like the aggression from the Japanese star here. Oh, and a nice suplex. Kushida's all over Mentallo. He's shown me a lot in the early stages of this match. Tell you, Mentallo is going to have to rise to the occasion. The one slight on Mentallo is he chokes in big matches. Everyone recognizes that he's got all the talent in the world. Maybe it's nerves, maybe it's just lack of preparation, but Mentallo has to show something here. And here could be his opportunity. Ow! The elbow, then a kick to the face, and you see Kushida go right for the ear, and he, ow! Leg scissor takedown by Mentallo, and he's got to seize the opportunity here. This could be an opportunity for the upper hand, but he's got to stay on him. Ow, and he returns the favor from earlier with a drop kick to the face. This is Mentallo's chance here. He's got to take it to the next level. That's one of the, front chop to Kushida's chest, and I tell you, that's going to hurt. There's another one. Mentallo needs to seize this. He has got an opportunity to make a statement in the first match on WFX Overload. Oh, nice kick to the face and a one to the back of the head. I like the aggression now from the Canadian. I know I sound contradictory when I say I don't like him, then I do like him. But I love the suplex and why he left the bridge to try and put more pressure on. Bad move. He had him with the earlier leverage of the bridge. I'm going to tell him that after the match. If he wanted to win that right there, he just had to cinch up on that bridge, and he had the match won. The last year, we have seen Mentallo beat the likes of Bryan Danielson before he signed with WWE. We've seen him go toe-to-toe with a Ring of Honor World Champion, Austin Aries. He's made statements all year, and he's ready to shine here in WFX, but a forearm like that might have knocked him out clean. Kushida spent a lot of time in North America training with Scott D'Amore, and you can see it. You can see it. He is well polished and well prepared for this match. And there's a pin, and he almost did it. That was close. Kelly Russell says it was not 3, but another split second, and that would have been the match. Even though he's not the oldest referee, Kelly Russell is the senior referee. There is a senior citizen referee, Kenny Rogers, but Kelly Russell is a little bit younger, but still the senior by seniority on the depth chart. Beautiful Hurricanrana into a pin. Oh, it reversed into another pin by Kushida. Oh, only a 2 count. I thought he almost had him there. And now they tie up, and I think both men's shoulders are down. No, Mentallo's shoulders up. That's it. 1, 2, 3. Mentallo has won the match. His shoulder was up, and he is the winner of the first ever match of WFX Overload. In an impressive fashion, it's what you call a really tight match. Kushida can't believe it. He's saying his shoulder was up. In Japanese, I can translate because I don't know the language, but I can tell by the body language what he's trying to say. And Mentallo is your winner of the first ever match of WFX Overload. And the fans should be ecstatic that their hometown hero is the winner here of the first ever match on WFX Overload, and a major win in the No Limits division for Mentallo. I can tell you, he's got to be happy about that. Kushida's probably still in a state of disbelief. Now he's showing disrespect to Mentallo, which is unheard of in the Japanese wrestling culture. But he's appreciating the fans, and that's important. What a showman Kushida was.
Oh my God, you're Jonny Fairplay. How are you doing? I know you from Survivor. This was my favorite show ever. You're my absolute favorite. How are you doing? My name is Eugene. What have you been doing? I saw you on Survivor, and you were so good. What do you do now?
Actually,
You doing good? Are you my friend, yeah?
I've had some rough times.
Oh, yeah?
My grandmother, she's not doing very well.
Your grandma not good?
No, she needs an operation, and I don't personally have enough money. I mean, I didn't win Survivor, so I don't have enough money. I mean, she could probably die. And
well, you know what? I want to be your friend, and I've got money in the locker room, and I'll give it to you. I'll give you all the money I make tonight for your grandma. I will do that for you.
What? That would be awesome.
Yes.
And you know, we could be friends, and
You would be my friend?
Oh, in a heartbeat.
I'll go get that money right now. I'll go get right now.
Wow, that was easy. Yeah. It's fair play. Yeah. Oh, I'm betting the Lakers huge.
Jonny Fairplay from Survivor, and I smell something fishy because I don't think he needs the money for his grandmother. That is, I don't know what to make of that. I wish I'd gotten to Eugene Dinsmore first because he seems a little bit gullible, and I wouldn't call this man gullible. That is Elgin, and he just looks mean. But she doesn't. Wow, that is a good-looking girl. I don't know much about her, but she dresses very appropriately, properly. Type of girl I would probably do take her home and meet my parents, I would think. That's what I'll say publicly here on WFX Overload. But Michael Elgin against Danny Duggan, an accomplished wrestler all over North America. I gotta say this about Danny Duggan in his pre-match screen, dressed like he's handing out resumes. Maybe he's looking for work, because here he comes, an impressive-looking young man from Falcon Beach, Manitoba, of all places. But the people seem to be behind him. And I'll tell you, He's got a lot to prove. He's given up some size here to Michael Elgin. And Elgin looks like the type of guy that would slap a guy like Duggan around, but I guess we're about to find out what Duggan has here on WFX Overload. And there's the senior citizen of referees, Kenny Rogers. And I got to tell you something about Kenny. He's one of those jack of all trades. He referees at night, and he lives in an old folks home during the day. This is his rare night out. He brings a bus of fellow tenants with him, and they all cheer him on. They all have a combined 3 teeth left, only because of false teeth. Those are his grandchildren at ringside there. And Duggan is in trouble early. Michael Elgin is brutal. He's the type of guy that will beat you up and then tell you how bad it felt after. But Duggan is going to have to be quicker, and we see it. Whoa, a quick cross body, and Elgin's quick to kick out. Now Duggan takes the arm. What a whip off the, a big clothesline, and wow, that could take your head clean off. And that youngster does not like Michael Elgin, and he's letting him know it. You know, even though Kenny Rogers is knocking on 70, he never misses too many pins. You know, he wears corrective eyeglasses, which he does not wear to the ring, so if he misses something, bear with him. You know, when you're 68 years old and your favorite number is 69, you know, you can be a little bit excitable. Duggan is staggered early, and he's going to have to show a lot. Nice kick low from Duggan, and I'll tell you, I know a lot about this young man, and I think he's capable of winning any match, but Elgin has something to prove here in WFX, and that snapmare showed it. Oh, a boot to the back of the neck and back of the head. That'll send you straight to a chiropractor. And Duggan is a social networking icon. And he, you know, he's going to probably put on his Facebook later tonight how bad he feels and try to get some sympathy attention from the females. And he may, going for a pile driver and doesn't get it. There's a backdrop, upper hand Duggan here on WFX Overload. It goes, oh no, that'll immediate dental work. Ducks the clothesline, comes back in a clothesline of his own, and he staggers him but doesn't send him to the ground. Another one, can't get him down. He's going to have to hit him again. Goes for a sunset flip, and no, I don't think that's going to work. And but he's quick to move, and Duggan has the advantage. And a huge clothesline. And a big drop kick to follow. Duggan showing a lot in this match. And Elgin is down with authority. 1, 2, not quite 3. Duggan needs to not be shocked and get right back on Elgin, because this is his opportunity. And there's the beautiful woman at ringside. Wow, she's got it all. But she doesn't have me, so she's going to have to settle with Michael Elgin, apparently. Beautiful cross. No, not so beautiful, because Elgin caught him. And oh no, this is not good for, well, maybe it's okay for Duggan. No, it doesn't look good for Duggan. It looks good for Elgin. Wait a minute, I can't tell. Oh, that's not good. That's a power bomb. 1, 2, 3, short work for Duggan. And then maybe if he had been a little bit more conservative with his offense, he would have been the winner. But Michael Elgin is the winner here on WFX. And of course, you want to know more about the company and its stars, you can check us out, WFXWrestling.com. And Danny Duggan, you'll maybe get an update on how bad his neck feels after that boot he sustained earlier. And maybe we'll find out a little bit about this young lady and senior citizen referee Kenny Rogers, rather. Kelly Russell will be Kenny Rogers' son. Maybe they just try to be discreet about it because they don't want nepotism in the workplace. But Elgin says short work. And wow, she's got it all. I can't say enough about this girl. She's smoking hot. What is she doing with a guy that looks like Michael Elgin? That's a good question.
Hey, Grandpa, what's going on?
Hi, g'day, mate. How you doing?
You're not here to wrestle today, are you? No, of course not, because you're old as dirt.
What do you mean, mate? I'm 33 years of age. The prime of my life.
33? That would make you... What, I was 13 when you debuted? You're older than that.
Mate, 18 when I had my first match with WWE.
So, you were friends with, like, the Honky Tonk Man, right?
Yeah, I know the Honky Tonk Man, but he's washed up, mate. That's one thing I hate about this business. These guys don't know when to hang up their boots.
I know, right? Tell me about it.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm joined backstage here by two competitors in tonight's four-team scramble main event, the Daivaris.
Me and my brother Ariya are here tonight not to take over the tag team division, not to win tag team championships. We are here to declare war, war, war on the entire tag team division. همه شما میدونید من کی هستم، میدونید آقا کی هست، من آریا دیواری هستم، این آقا همه جا شان دیواری هست، ما شما میکشیم یه ماش میزم توی دهنته.
Sorry, Crazy Horse.
Oh, Wavo, you're the First Nation sensation. Wavo, my friend, how are you doing?
Listen, Eugene, I'm sorry to break up the good time and everything, but I just gotta let you know, I don't have a very good feeling about this Johnny Fairplay guy.
No, he's my friend. He's my BFF. We're like peanut butter and jelly. We're buddies.
I don't know, man. I just think he's kind of sketchy. All I'm saying is watch your back around here. You can't trust anybody. Pay a tick, boy.
What?
I said pay a tick. Look out, Eugene.
Yeah, play more. Yeah, let's try this song.
Ladies and gentlemen, I've heard rumors, and we've all heard rumors, that the Brotherhood is coming to WFX, and they're here. With me at this time, the Vampire War.
How dare you? How dare you speak of words like brotherhood, and how dare you address him when all you did is look him up and down? I could see it in your eye. You thought words like freak, like outcast, like you even knew who we were. You don't know us. You don't know anything about us. See, he's a creator. And with that creation, we feast on blood. And with that simple blood, it makes our hearts beat. So I suggest, if you don't want to make my heart beat, you don't ever address us again.
Understood. If I could get a word with Apoc, perhaps?
A word is not what you will get. Tonight, there won't be a match, but there will be a demonstration of apocalyptic proportions. Tonight, myself, the Brotherhood, invades WFX. Tonight, the Brotherhood makes an impact. And tonight, Ravenous Randy, you will rue the day you ever set foot in the ring with us. Our condolences to your family.
Wow, was that intense? We have the Brotherhood member, Apoc, taking on Ravenous Randy. And after watching that, I don't think I want to say a lot about Apoc or Gangrel or Thorn or anyone in that group, because they scare the hell out of me. What an episode of Overload it's been here, WFX. And I got to tell you, this Ravenous Randy has his work cut out for him because these people are sick. They're sick individuals. They have an alternative lifestyle that really worries me. And I would not take this match for all the money in the world. And I really take my hat off. He wouldn't be able to wear a hat with that faux hawk he's got. But I take my hat off to this guy for stepping up, and he's going to give it to Apoc in this match. And I'll tell you, I don't know what to make of it. What an episode we've had here at WFX Overload. We had the Daivaris. What intense individuals they were. And I don't know. I'm beside myself. And this is just darkness. I get a bad aura from these guys. I kind of like them because I contradict myself. Some people say I'm hot, I'm cold. But these guys, they give you nightmares. They give you goosebumps. And there's a girl there, too. Like, I wonder what her deal is. Just slow and methodical. These are the type of people that hurt you, and then they call your mother and tell you how bad you feel. And I can tell you, the people here at the One World Studios have no idea what to make of these people. Neither does our ring announcer, Tony Mariani, and I tell you, Shane Madison, our backstage interviewer, I'm getting in my earpiece how frustrated he was being talked down to like that. He was an accomplished wrestler in his day, and they basically intimidated him. And if they want to be like that, I'm sure there's people around WFX that will give these guys a run for their money starting right now with Ravenous Randy. I wouldn't be strutting like that. It's only going to alienate the Brotherhood. Oh, kick low. Apoc with a quick upper hand. If I was Randy, what I'd do is I'd probably gel that faux hawk into a point like a spear, drop my head and run at him. I think that would probably work. I wonder what happens when a guy has a haircut like that, goes out to the local nightclub. Well, it's a quick tie-up, but it goes to the local nightclub. I wonder if that gets him lucky or if, you know, it doesn't even start a conversation. I'm going to ask around about that. And Randy has a quick upper hand with a crossbody and quick 2 count, but he's going to have to do more than that when he goes for his pin. Oh, nice elbow to the jaw and a beautiful kick to the head. And he's showing me more. Now Thorne makes his way to ring. What an intense individual. And now Apoc. I wonder if Thorne is upset with Randy having an upper hand or mad at Apoc for not destroying Randy. And wow, the faux hawk hasn't even fallen into place. I'm sorry to fixate on his hair, but, you know, for our ringside photographer who has no hair, I'm sure he'd love to have a faux hawk just like that. Maybe our marketing department has to sell the Ravenous Randy faux hawks. I would grow one like that too, but my hairstylist would never go for it. I wouldn't make it green either because I've been around a couple years. Big elbow. Oh, I don't know if I would have went for the pin there after an elbow. I think I would have tried something a little bit more devastating. He's got 2 people to impress that are well established in Thorne and Gangrel. Gangrel did not say a word backstage before this match, and I wonder about that. That's creepy in itself. And then you saw what Thorne had to say to Shane Madison, and I'll tell you, there's something weird about these guys. This alternative lifestyle thing that they do, and you know, there's people that are into that stuff, but not me. I don't like it at all. Oh, that chop really hurt. That'll leave a handprint. A big punch to the jaw. Randy's showing a lot of life here, but oh, a huge backbreaker, and that'll break any momentum that you see from Randy, and you can see it in his face. He's in a lot of pain, and a huge kick to the face. That might be all we see. Yeah, there you go, 3 count. I'm not surprised. Apoc. In Randy's defense, he's no pushover here. I think it's a mind game here when you have the whole Brotherhood at ringside. And you know, how are you supposed to focus on the task at hand when you don't know if they're going to jump you from behind, and there's Steph Von Rose and Gangrel and Thorne, and they all look really like they'll pull out a shank and take you down. They love blood, apparently. Thankfully, we didn't see any from Randy here tonight. Just the slow and methodical way that they do business, I don't like it at all. It's like they're hunting their prey. Randy's getting up, and you just see this intense stare from Apoc. Licking his lips, I think that's sick in itself. Now, I figured that was coming. He waits till he gets back to his feet, and then he decides to issue more punishments. He's trying to impress him because I think he's a bit of a follower here. I think he's trying to impress Gangrel and Thorne because this is not needed. You've won the match. That's all that's important. Well, now Thorne comes in, and I worry about this guy. There's something not right with this guy. He's psychologically unbalanced. That's what I'm trying to say. Not all there. He needs to see a doctor, but not a doctor for a physical ailment. It's a mental ailment. They're just stalking him. You notice that? They just walk around, and I think Gangrel's thing is, I don't know what it is, but he just watching freaks me right out. Oh, well, Gangrel really looks tough here. Two guys holding him, and he's, a big slap. I don't think you've seen the last of Randy here. I really don't. What a scowl. Those fangs and the way it just freaks me out the way he licks himself. Randy said no, he's putting up the cross. I like the fight from this kid. I really do. He's taking a bit of a beating here, but he's staring back and he's standing his ground, and he's just got that look like he's going to be back for more. He's showing me something there. Ravenous Randy. For more on him, check out WFXWrestling.com because I think you see more coming from him.
I'm here with Prime Cut John Cutler, one of the top prospects in professional wrestling. And John, you've come to WFX Wrestling because this is the #1 wrestling promotion. There's a lot of talent here. How do you think you stack up when you look across at the locker room here in WFX?
You know what? I think the talent here in WFX needs to be a little bit more worried.
Well, hold on a second. Larry Zbyszko, what are you doing here? Two-time world champion. You retired Bruno Sammartino. What is the living legend doing here in WFX?
Wouldn't you and the world love to know?
Well, Larry Zbyszko here at WFX Wrestling. We don't know why he's here, but I'll stay on top of this. Guys, back to you at ringside.
Thank you, Shane Madison, and this is the CashGoodPointsBad.com main event of the night, and it's a four corners tag. I'll tell you, anything could happen. The best 4 tag teams in the division are wrestling right now in the One World Tag Team division, and it's all about positioning to become the next tag team champions. And look at this tag team. I don't believe in their beliefs. I don't like them, but they're talented individuals. Shawn and Ariya Daivari. And Shawn claims to be a sheik and Ariya a prince, and you know what? He's anything but a prince, in my opinion, with beliefs like that. And it makes certain people's blood boil when they see headdresses like that and aggression towards the fan base of WFX like this. I really have to say that really, to me, it's offensive, is what it is. And I usually like people that go a little to the left, but that bugs me. It really does. And I'll tell you, that's Ariya Daivari, the younger brother of Shawn, who's had a great career. He was an X-Division champion. He's been a heat scorer with both WWE and TNA, and now he's here. And he is an intense individual, as we saw earlier in the program tonight. And Kelly Russell's going to have his work cut out for him, because 4 tag teams in one match, and you got to catch things like tags, and you got to catch things like cheating, and I wouldn't want that job. I really wouldn't. And Larry Zbyszko, of all people, the living legend, former 2-time world champion, here, and he has nothing to say about why he's here. And I know Shane Madison's on it. We hope to have an update before the end of the program here tonight. But this is the WFX CashGoodPointsBad.com main event. And here you have Bobby Sharp and Dan Myers, the 5-Star Affair. They're very good too. They're very good. You may not have seen much of these two, but I'll tell you, by the end of this match, you'll have a great appreciation for them. Their personality, a little over the top. They think they're a lot better than maybe the Daivaris think they are, but I'll tell you, the fans aren't sure what to make of these two, and their utter arrogance, just smug. Who's next? Kind of like the song. There he is, smiling Darin Corbin. There's something not right with this guy, but people really like these quirky personalities in the wrestling game. And the anarchist Arik Cannon, and I'll tell you, Corbin's trying. You got to appreciate that about Corbin. He's trying, and Cannon and Corbin out at ringside doing their thing, and they, it's the main event. I don't know if I'd be smiling and joking around because this is serious business here on WFX Overload, but he just doesn't get it. He's happy to be here. He's a little bit weird. That's the word for it. I've never liked guys with red hair. I can tell you that. My old co-host used to have red hair, and we used to fight. You know what they say about people with red, whether they wear red shirts or red shoes or red anything, it draws anger. And people charge. That's why bull riders or those bullfighters, they use the red thing, the matadors, not Tito Santana's. I don't like Tito. These two guys, AJ Sanchez and Kevin Chevy, they just look like angry dudes. And combined weight of 620 pounds. I think I heard that right. Somebody's telling me 620 might be them lying about their weight, like some people lie about their age. But you have, they're two red-headed guys. See, they're bugging me, just kind of ticking me off. Chevy, that's Kevin Chevy, he's just a overweight kind of guy. I mean that respectfully, but it's true. Sometimes you look at the sky, it's blue, you say it's blue. Sometimes you look at a heavy person, you say he's overweight. I apologize to the overweight people out there. You have a little bit of control over it. Hate me if you will. Send your comments to WFXWrestling.com and say you hate me for telling the truth, because that's all I'm doing. I'm telling the truth here. If I had a co-host and he tried to lie to you, I would hold him accountable. Well, my co-host punched me in a bar the other night, so he can't work with me because we have a restraining order, and I'm doing it alone. That's what I'm doing. And this match is about to start. The CashGoodPointsBad.com instant main event. And you have Arik Cannon starting things off with Ariya Daivari. The rules are simple. It's a 4 corners tag. 1 pinfall, 1 submission wins the match. You can pin anyone, you just can't pin your own partner. And Kelly Russell, senior referee, even though he's younger than the senior citizen Kenny Rogers, is your referee, and he is going to have his hands full. Daivari goes for the hair just like a cheating stooge. Shoulder tackle, neither man takes the advantage. What is that? Popeye the Sailor Man. And again, no one with the upper hand here. Daivari and Cannon. Arik Cannon has quite the resume, and Ariya Daivari is looking to follow in his brother's footsteps. Beautiful shoulder tackle, and the upper hand goes to Cannon. Cartwheel. Sizes him up. Beautiful arm drag, and Cannon quickly with an upper hand. Brings him up, points to Kevin Chevy. I think he's ready to make a tag, and now we're going to see the big man who's overweight. Yes, he's overweight. Kevin Chevy. You have to worry about his stamina when you weigh that much. I'm not going to harp on his weight because I'm sure he knows it's an issue, but maybe he'll work on it. Maybe he won't. Going for a hip toss. Block on the hip toss. Beautiful clothesline, and Chevy has the upper hand. What is that? The standing moonsault. We saw that from Kushida earlier, but from a 340-pound man like Kevin Chevy, that's impressive, and kicks him like a soccer ball. Tags in his partner, AJ Sanchez. And if you haven't heard of these two guys, watch this match closely. You can turn down the volume if you don't like me. Of course you do like me, so you're not going to turn down the volume. But these two guys are pretty impressive, and a beautiful tag team maneuver. Kelly Russell's got to get Kevin Chevy out of there. There's Shawn Daivari to break up the pin. Ariya Daivari is in a lot of trouble right off the get-go, being stomped by AJ Sanchez. He's going right up to the second rope with a flip of his own, and he missed. Broken tailbone. He's got to be 300 himself. Again, another overweight wrestler. We're going to have to worry about these people. We're going to have to hire somebody here to do strength and conditioning. I emphasize the conditioning. Speaking of strength, Shawn Daivari comes in with a punch to the face like a cheap shot. He emphasizes he is not somebody who is capable of doing any kind of religious crime. That's what he told me earlier. But he did say he resents the way North Americans walk around with a superiority complex. And I have to say this, I haven't seen a superiority complex from any North American that even resembles Shawn Daivari. And Bobby Sharp goes for the pin. And nice effort, but Bobby, no, I don't think so. I'm beside myself calling the action, the one-man broadcast team. And a beautiful savant kick and into a pin, and 1-2, and he could barely hook that heavy leg of AJ Sanchez. Tags in Dan Myers, trained by Lance Storm, the founding member of the 5-Star Affair. And I'll tell you, this guy, he goes out to the nightclub, and I like getting his pass-offs, you know, the girls that, not the sloppy seconds, but the girls that this guy doesn't take are good enough for me. Not that I'm not good enough to get my own girls, but this guy, he gets the great ones. And the ones he doesn't get are still pretty good. And they're a chin buster. He tags in Shawn Daivari, and I'm going to harp on this guy again. Just a bastard. I hope I can get away with saying that, but that's really what he is. And there he goes for a sleeper, and you can guarantee he's choking him. And Sanchez is in over his head. And you hear, if you listen to Ariya over there, the things he's saying in his home language, that's what bothers me, is what is he saying? Like, is he trying to convert people to his beliefs? Speak English, you know it, I know you do, I've talked to you before. And Sanchez seems to be drifting here. This match might end a lot sooner than I expected. Of course, there's going to be a tournament coming up on WFX Overload in the coming weeks to become the first ever WFX One World Tag Team Champions. And you have to think any one of these 4 teams are going to be very successful in that tournament. It's an 8-team tournament, and it's WFX. We emphasize tag team wrestling. It seems to be the forgotten art of pro wrestling. And take a look at her. Wow, pink hair. I wonder what her deal is. She's as pink as my pinky finger. And there's a tag to Kevin Chevy, and what a clothesline! What a clothesline! This guy means business even though he's overweight. You know what, I have a couple friends in the weight loss business. I'm going to slip him a card after this match because I think that's the only thing holding him back. And talk about putting Eric Cannon down. That was impressive by Kevin Chevy. And Dan Myers tapped him on the back, and he's saying that was a tag. Kelly Russell says it's a tag. Dan Myers is trying to seize an opportunity here, go right for a pin. There's Kelly Russell with only a 2 count. The 5-Star Affair, they would have to be the underdogs in this match, in my opinion. I think Cannon and Corbin are quite accomplished. They haven't tagged a lot, but they're here in WFX as a tag team. Chevy and Sanchez would be the favorites, or maybe the Daivari's given Shawn's. Oh, a beautiful, beautiful move there. 1, 2, and Eric Cannon kicked out. The Daivari's, if you take Shawn's resume, the fact he's a former X Division champion, maybe you could give them the edge, but anyone can win because of the way it is. 4 corners. Anyone can seize an opportunity. Even Bobby Sharp, with his long hair, beating down on Eric Cannon. And I told you, I don't like guys with red hair. It's nothing personal to hate. I doubt he made a choice to have red hair, but you could get a dye job, I'm saying. Am I wrong? Am I wrong? You don't have to have red hair in life, you know? It's like somebody who works at McDonald's. They can go out and send out resumes like Danny Duggan did earlier in his nice dress clothes. You can get a better job, you know? Maybe move up in the world. Ow, a beautiful clothesline. Bobby Sharp's in trouble, and Kelly Russell quick to get in position. Beautiful, beautiful neck breaker out of a suplex. And I don't think the people truly appreciated that because that was impressive. And now you see Cannon trying to get his bearings there and get to make a tag. Bobby Sharp is, why in this match you don't have to look for your personal tag team partner, Bobby. You could have went to Ariya Daivari, you could have went to Kevin Chevy, you were closer, but he goes to Dan Myers, and here comes Dan, and here comes Darin Corbin. And for some reason the Daivaris are quick to follow. And Corbin is making short work of everybody. This is impressive from Darin Corbin in his WFX debut. Of course it's his WFX debut. It's the first episode. Oh, beautiful, he took everyone down. It's the first episode of WFX Overload. Everyone's debuting. Bobby Sharp jumps over Kelly Russell to break up the pin. I think that was genius, I guess is the word. Is that the word? That might be the word. I don't think he's a genius, but it was kind of smart what he did. And Corbin ducks the kick, and now beautiful double knees to the chin, and maybe he's going to get the pin here. No, look at that. Daivari's right there like the dirty cheats they are. And normally I like cheats. You know, I don't like girls who cheat, and I don't really respect guys who cheat. But these guys are different kinds of cheats because they're trying to convert people to their way of thinking, and it's just not going to happen. And you see Eric Cannon pulls out Ariya and right to the floor. Now Corbin is in trouble with Shawn Daivari, and that might do it. No, Corbin was smart to roll to the ropes, and what is he doing? Trying to dump him into the crowd, and there was that pinky individual again. And Dan Myers goes to Darin Corbin. Corbin should go for something here. No, block. Oh, into a super kick. And this could be it. Beautiful tag team work on the part of Five Star Affair. And there's Kevin Chevy. Oh my word. See that heavy and a little bit of coordination issue there, but he manages to kick out Dan Myers. And now they're alone with Darin Corbin. And what can this be? Darin Corbin's in a whole lot of trouble. I don't think he's going to survive at one. I have to say Kelly Russell shouldn't count the pin because two guys can't make the pin, but he did, and he's calling it a match. That's a tainted victory on the part of Chevy and Sanchez. Kelly Russell deserves to be reprimanded and potentially fined as a referee for allowing that pin by two men who happen to be nearly 700 pounds. How is Darin Corbin going to kick out of that? But there you go. You have Chevy and Sanchez winning the tag team chaos, the four-corner tag team dilemma, and the people seem to be behind it. Sanchez and Chevy, your winners of the first ever main event at WFX Overload. CashGoodPointsBad.com, and if you want to know more, check out WFXWrestling.com to see all your favorite stars, and that will do it as he tries to resuscitate Darin Corbin.